what monkeypox looks like. I'm here in Los Angeles and my whole body is basically covered, which I'm not going to show the rest of my body, but...
Yeah.
Missiles, bombers, warships, all the way from Australia through the Pacific to Asia and beyond.
I mean, if you were in Beijing looking out, you stood on the tallest building in Beijing and looked out at the Pacific Ocean, you'd see American warships. You'd see Guam is about to sink because there's so many missiles pointed at China. You'd look up at Korea and see American armaments pointing at China. You'd see Japan, which is basically, Japan's a glove over the American fist. I think if I was Chinese, I'd have a little to worry about American aggressiveness.
And we have China surrounded, and we're doing more all the time to try and keep it surrounded and deepen that containment of China. But China presents a fascinating case of a country that is independent, doesn't have foreign bases on its territory, growing very rapidly, not as rapidly now as it did for 30 years, but still the second-ranking economy in the world.
We have an adversary, and that adversary is China, and that adversary, unless there is dramatic reform inside China, will be our enemy someday.
One myth I think really that needs to be dispelled was that somehow China's aiming to replace America and going to run the world. It's not. Well, first of all, the Chinese are not that stupid. The West, with its Christian roots, are about converting other people into their beliefs. The Chinese are not about that. It's just I'm not degrading the Western culture. I'm just pointing out the inherent nature, the DNAs of two different cultures. The Chinese, 2,000 years ago, built the Great Wall to keep the barbarians out, not to invade them.
Nancy Pelosi is currently the Speaker of the House for the United States government. And next week, her and the rest of Congress are going to vote on a $52 billion funding bill that is going to put money into the microchip industry in America. Now, Nancy knows that this vote is coming up, and she's also been talking to a lot of the people that are going to be voting on this bill. And if the bill passes, companies like Intel and Nvidia that are based in the United States are probably going to do extremely well. And that just makes it even more interesting to see that Nancy Pelosi in the month of June sold off her Apple position, sold off her Visa position, and she purchased shares in Nvidia. Now, if a regular person did something like that and traded based off non-public information, that's what's called insider trading. But when the government does it, it's just called planning ahead.
This one goddamn Molotov man. This one goddamn Molotov man.
The Chinese government has said repeatedly and clearly that if Nancy Pelosi lands in Taiwan, it could trigger a global war. Watch.
A Chinese spokesperson said there would be serious consequences for the visit over the weekend, conducting military drills at sea.
If House Speaker Pelosi insists on visiting Taiwan, China will take resolute and strong measures to defend its sovereignty and territorial integrity.
There will be huge consequences for Nancy Pelosi herself, for her delegation, for the U.S. government, and most likely for the U.S. military. China is fully prepared to take actions starting from today, whenever her plane enters into the space of Taiwan.
Our military should not be mistaken for a cable news gabfest show. We don't care what you look like. We don't care who you voted for, who you worship, what you worship, who you love. We have been honed into a machine of lethal moving parts that you would be wise to avoid if you know what's good for you. We will not be intimidated. We will not back down. We've seen war. We don't want war. But if you want war with the United States of America, there's one thing I can promise you, so help me God. Someone else will raise your sons and daughters.
Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before I begin, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashem, Yahusha Bashem, Ruach HaKodesh, the Master of the Apostles, the Master of the Elders, and Great Millstone, rule well and toss this truth. Much respect to you brothers out there that's preaching this word in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of earth. The Tabernacle of David, over Lek and Sparkle Bird, and 1 say Shalom. So, hey, we in some beautiful times. We are in some beautiful times, man. The plagues are not slack. The Lord is sending those plagues, and those war drums are beating faster and faster. Koholo Yahweh Shem Yahshua for that, man. You know, the water Yahweh Shem Yahshua for this truth, this wisdom, knowledge, understanding. All right, because the prudent man foreseeth the evil, and to be in this truth, hey, it's a blessing. Because Jake is still out there running around like nothing's going to happen, man. Like Esau Edom's kingdom is going to continue forever. Or they got next in this wicked ass kingdom, not knowing that this kingdom has a judgment coming to it. But I see how I'll format this video. I may put the woman with the new plague and the man with the new plague in it. But I really want to get into Nancy Pelosi, whatever her name is, man. You know, hey, China told them, hey, you better not land down in here, or you gonna start a war. All right, retaliation is gonna come. And these Edomites, man, there's no wisdom in teaming, and they also had their pride on them. You know, as you see, Nancy Pelosi, whatever her name is, you know, hey, she's a woman in office. She's a woman in power. Okay. Now, according to the scriptures, that's off. That's very, very off. And a lot of these other nations are realizing the ways of Babylon is off, man. But I'm going to get this scripture real quick. This is Matthew 24. In verse 6, and ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. You see that? Hey, we in some beautiful times. The war drums is beating. And so, you know, these damn Edomites having that pride on them. They don't realize, man, these other nations is gearing up for war. Whether they realize it or not. Okay, these other nations are gearing up for war, and they're not scared of you, man. World War III it's approaching very, very fast, man. Koholo Yahweh Shem Yahshua for that. Matter of fact, verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginnings of sorrows. You see that? And so we in some beautiful times, man. All right, hey, matter of fact, I'm gonna get it. Our forefathers have been prophesying about this. All right, and we're back in our lots. We are our forefathers. Jeremiah. Yes, this is Jeremiah 28 and verse 8. The prophets that had been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and evil and of pestilence. And we're in those times, man. Didn't our forefathers, you know, wish that they could be in the time that we living in? And once again, hey, we are our forefathers. Regeneration, reincarnation is in the scriptures. That's another lesson for another time. All right. But yes, we're in those times, man. Our forefathers been preaching this word, and now we're in our lots and we're preaching this word, man. We've been telling you World War III is coming. We've been telling you that these plagues is coming, man. Okay? And that these other nations, matter of fact, the scriptures say, let the weak say I'm strong. You seeing these other nations gearing up. They have nuclear capabilities now. And they gearing up against you, Esau Edom. They're not scared of you. All right. I'm gonna get this about the plagues real quick. Like I said, I'm not sure how to format this video. I may put in that clip of the two Jakes with the new strain, with the new plague on them. So this is 2 Ezra 16 and verse 37. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. You see, the Lord is going to continually plague Babylon the Great, okay? Because this place will not repent. It's not going to repent, man. Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's eye. Okay? Hey, the Lord has a innumerable amount of judgment coming to this wicked ass place. Okay? Because this wicked ass place is weird as hell, man. It deserves it. Verse 38, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, the 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains, when the child come forth, they are slack, not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. You see that? Sorrow shall come upon it on every side. The earth shall mourn. And these are the times that we come into Jacob's trouble. And that's when a lot of you Jakes are going to find out the hard way that a prophet had been among you. All right, that we've been preaching about these times to come. And a lot of you Jakes are going to be searching for us, going to be wanting that protection, and they're not going to get it. Okay? Matter of fact, verse 40, O my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle, and those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. You see? Because we telling you, Jakes, man, hey, any business, college degree, cars, house, whatever, man, yeah, you gotta let that go, man. It's not gonna amount to nothing. You're gonna have to become a pilgrim upon the earth if the Lord allows that. Okay? But a lot of you Jakes ain't ready for that. All right? And getting in this truth makes you ready for the battle, spiritually ready for the battle, because you got these Jakes out here that's carnally getting ready for the battle, and you got to get spiritually ready for the battle. You got to be doing the work of the Lord, pleasing the Lord to the best of your ability, man. All right? That way you'll have protection. And a lot of you Jakes that's catching this new plague, all right, you heard about this truth. A lot of them have. And so a lot of y'all got to learn the hard way, man. Let's get back to Edom, man. All right, because they're proud as hell. They haven't been touched. Well, guess what? Blood is going to pursue thee. I'm going to get that real quick. But let me get this in Psalm 73 and verse 5. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. And that's why you see these Edomites running around smiling all hard. You know, they got their pride on them. You know, you may be walking down the street and or you may be down the aisle and they just walk across you and not say excuse me. You know, they ain't got no manners. They treat you like dog shit, man. Step right over you. Well, guess what? All right, your enemies are rising up against you, and these plagues are coming upon you. This is Deuteronomy 30:7. And Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecute thee. And that's what we're seeing, man. These curses are being poured upon you, Esau, Edom. Okay? And once again, these other nations are not scared of you. Scriptures say, let the weak say I'm strong, man. Seeing these other nations gearing up for war. Matter of fact, Obadiah 1 and verse 3. The pride in thy heart have deceived thee. You see, hey, you got that proud, pompous spirit, thinking that you the big baddie on the block, that nobody can touch you. All right, Babylon the Great has not been touched. But guess what? You're going to be touched, man. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in the heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? That's proud, man. I mean, that's pride, man. Thinking that you ain't going to get touched. You about to get touched, Esau, Edom. All right? Read the scriptures. You know, hey, I got family members, friends in the military. Hey, I don't care if this hurts your feelings. Okay? Because pursuant to the scriptures, Babylon the Great, America about to lose this war badly, man. You not seeing these transformers, I should say, up in the military, and then you firing your most qualified people because they don't believe and they won't take your jump shot? Come on, man. There's no wisdom in teaming. You fighting a losing war. fighting a losing war, man. You through, man. You through. Matter of fact, Ezekiel 35 and verse 6. Therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh power, I'll prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Saith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Blood is going to pursue you, man. You fighting a losing battle. You fighting a losing war, man. Once again, you got all them transformers in your military. You firing your most qualified personnel in your military. You going to lose. I don't care if that hurts your feelings or not, man. This place is going to lose. Okay? And you got these Edomites gearing up for the MOTB. Boy. Hey, gear up for the MOTB. Matter of fact, let me get that in Job real quick. Let me turn to it. This is Job 20 in verse 5. The triumphing of the wicked is short, the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Okay? Hey, your reign and rulership is going to be only but for a moment. When you issue out that MOTB, you're only going to be able to enjoy it only for a moment. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, that proud pompous spirit, nobody ain't going to touch us. Hey, you're going to have to, hey, your children are going to be raised by somebody else. I believe that Edomite said that. Yeah, he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? Matter of fact, verse 8, he shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased as a vision of the night. Okay? You through, man. Hey, it's going to be like a dream. Like, wasn't these damn Edomites ruined? Now look at you. You nothing. You back on all four legs. All right? Riding around here like you a dog. Job 20 and verse 23, when he is about to fill his belly, power shall cast his fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he's eating. So, when they issue out this MOTB, and you simple ass Jakes are going to take it, okay? Esau Edom is going to only have but a moment to enjoy his rulership, and the Lord is going to rain that fire and brimstone on you, that war on you, all right? It ain't gonna be pretty for you, Esau Edom. This is going back to the wars, and then I think I'm gonna end it right here. This is 2 Ezra 16 and verse 32. And the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and our ways of our paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel there through. The virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The woman shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and the husbands shall perish of famine. So that's coming, man. It's not going to be pretty for you Jakes. For you Jakes that fighting in this war, and definitely for you Edomites that's fighting in this war, man. You fighting a losing battle. It's not going to be pretty for y'all, man. Hey, just pack it up, man. Call it a loss, man. But Esau Edom, he's an animal backed into a corner, and that's when the animal is his most vicious. So, hey, be prepared to see this man go crazy, all right? And matter of fact, when Esau Edom's in that position, he's not thinking straight. That's why the Lord said there's no wisdom in teaming, okay? So, I'm going to end it right there. Lord, when it's edifying, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Karkadash, and Wa Abba Shalom.